Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into the absolute foundation of working with AI, mastering the chat interface basics in Claude. Look, if you want to unlock the true power of this tool, we've got to strip away the confusion and figure out exactly how to interact with it. So let's jump right in.
Now here's the absolute biggest mistake new users make right out of the gate. Most people stare at that blank text box, type a single message, and if the answer isn't 100% perfect, they just leave, right? They're treating it like a search engine. But that is the exact wrong mental model, and it's costing them the true value of the tool. You really need to shift your mindset to a conversational model. Think of it as a continuous back and forth thread.
And here's the key stat you need to keep in mind. $0. Yep, Claude's chat interface is available on every single plan. And that includes the completely free tier. That means there are absolutely zero payment barriers, no setup required, and literally zero technical knowledge needed to get started right now at claude.ai. So how does this actually work? Well, the secret lies in one simple rule. Context persists. Unlike a standard search engine, Claude actually remembers everything you've said earlier in that specific conversation. You don't have to keep re-explaining yourself over and over. You just seamlessly build on what came before, whether you're using it on the web, Mac, Windows, or your mobile phone.
And you know, the interface itself is brilliantly clean. Right dead center, you've got your scrolling conversation history. Then, down at the bottom, there's your text input field. Now, pay attention to the crucial little plus icon in the lower left. That's for your file uploads. Oh, and right below the text, there's a model selector dropdown. Basically, everything you need is right there without ever having to leave the chat.
Okay, let's actually put this into practice with a real-world example. Imagine you're a project manager, and you need to pull payment and termination terms from this dense, 20-page vendor contract. Sounds tedious, right? Well, you just open a new chat at claude.ai, click that plus icon, and upload the PDF. You prompt Claude to summarize those specific terms, and boom, it returns numbered, cited sections. Then you ask a highly targeted follow-up. Hey, what does Section 8 say about liability?
That final step, that is the true aha moment right there. The project manager asked a specific follow-up question without needing to re-upload that massive 20-page PDF. It's one conversation, one file upload, unlimited follow-up questions. The context stays totally alive, and it essentially evolves into a continuous working session.
So you might be wondering, when exactly is chat the right tool for the job? Basically, you want to use it whenever you're working interactively. There are three big signals to watch for. First, you know you're going to want to follow up or adjust the output as you go. Second, you're exploring kind of an undefined problem and you don't know the exact answer yet. And third, you need to combine text, files, and code all within a single session. Now, it's honestly just as important to know when not to use the basic chat. For instance, if you're building an application that sends out prompts programmatically, you'll definitely want to use the Claude API instead. Or if you've got a massive, ongoing initiative that spans tons of conversations and needs automatic background context, paid projects are the way to go. But for those focused, interactive sessions, definitely stick to the basic chat.
All right, let's slow down for just a second here, because this next point is the absolute key takeaway. The chat interface is not a question box. It is a conversation. One single message rarely gives you the absolute best result. Instead, the value actually compounds across turns. You ask a question, you follow up to go deeper, you drill down into a specific section. Understanding that compounding value is literally the true skill of using Claude.
Which really leaves us with this final, somewhat provocative question. Are you ready to stop searching and start compounding your value? Seriously, the next time you stare at that text box, I want you to remember that it's an invitation to a conversation, not just a search bar. If you change your mental model, I promise you, you'll completely change your results.
To dive even deeper into all this, you can access the full chapter, complete with beautifully worked examples and common pitfalls to avoid, over at claudemaster.net. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now get out there, open up a chat, and start compounding that value.